Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Myself Khivraz and we are reading news today of 1st December 2023. This is the news today section of Vision IAS inspiring innovation. First news is loss and damage fund cleared on day 1 of COP28 summit of UNFCCC. Loss and damage fund. What is the loss and damage fund? L&D fund was first announced during 27th Conference of Parties in Sharm el-Sheikh, Egypt in 2022. L&D means loss and damage fund refers to negative consequences arising from the unavoidable risks of climate change like rising sea levels, prolonged heat waves, species extinction, crop failure, etc. So now we'll know about L&D fund. We'll know about L&D fund. What is L&D fund? L means loss and D means damage. Means L&D means loss and damage fund. It is meant to compensate countries already dealing with climate change. It will be based at the World Bank but managed by an independent secretariat. Several countries including UAE, Germany, UK, Japan, etc. pledged money to the fund. But some challenges also are here. Challenges in compensation for L&D. First is absence of mutually agreed upon definition to categorize L&D activities that overlap with humanitarian support. First is absence of mutually agreed upon definition. Second is poor data availability and processes from systematically collecting, recording and reporting information on L&D. Third is low technical capacity, especially in developing countries to scientifically model L&D. So these three challenges are here. Now we'll know about Warsaw International Mechanism, WIM. What is Warsaw International Mechanism for L&D? WIM means Warsaw International Mechanism for L&D means loss and damage. Warsaw International Mechanism for L&D was established at 19th Conference of Parties in 2013 in Warsaw, Poland to address L&D associated with climate change in developing countries. Functions of WIM. First, enhance knowledge and understanding of comprehensive risk management approaches. Second, enhance action and support including finance, technology and capacity building to address L&D. So in this news you had one name UNFCCC. What is its full form? Its full form is United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. UNFCCC is a multilateral treaty adopted in 1992 to measure progress and negotiate multilateral responses to climate change. It entered into force in 1994. It was adopted in 1992, but it entered into force in 1994. Currently, 198 countries near universal membership have ratified the convention called parties to the convention. This year's COP means parties to the convention COP28 is being hosted by UAE, United Arab Emirates. So this was the first news today. Second news is Sri Lanka agrees on debt restructuring with creditor nations. Sri Lanka agrees on debt restructuring with creditor nations. OCC. The OCC means Official Creditor Committee. OCC means Official Creditor Committee. The OCC Official Creditor Committee and Sri Lanka agreed on the main parameters of the debt treatment consistent with those of Extended Fund Facility EFF arrangement between Sri Lanka and IMF. Once again, the OCC means Official Creditor Committee. The Official Creditor Committee and Sri Lanka agreed on the main parameters of the debt treatment consistent with those of Extended Fund Facility arrangement between Sri Lanka and the IMF. Earlier in March, the IMF agreed to a USD means USD means United States dollar 2.9 billion bailout dollar USD 2.9 billion bailout package for Sri Lanka, releasing the first payment shortly thereafter. For the second bailout installment, Sri Lanka needed financial assurances from its bilateral creditors. Subsequently, major leaders formed the OCC means Official Creditor Committee. China, Sri Lanka's largest bilateral creditor, has opted to stay out of the OCC and but has attended the meeting as observer. The objectives of Extended Fund Facility supported program are to restore macroeconomic stability and debt sustainability, safeguard financial stability, and step up structural reforms to unlock Sri Lanka's growth potential. So, in this news, where is India? What is India's initiative in this news? Initiatives by India. So now we'll know about India's initiative. India has extended nearly US $4 billion in food and financial assistance to Colombo, including currency swaps and credit lines. India was the first country to hand over its letter of support for financial and debt restructuring of Sri Lanka to the IMF. India dispatched several shipments of essentials such as fuel, food, and fertilizers to its neighbor. So now we'll know about OCC. OCC means Official Creditor Committee. OCC includes India and Hungary in addition to Paris Club creditors. It is co-chaired by India, Japan and France. France in this as a chair of the Paris Club. Because Paris is situated in France, Paris Club formed in 1956 is an informal group of official creditors whose role is to find coordinated and sustainable solutions to the payment difficulties experienced by borrower countries. India is not member of Paris Club. So our today's next news is, now we move toward next news, unlocking the Web 3 potential report released by Primus Partners. Web 3 is described as future of internet. It includes cryptocurrencies, non-fungible tokens, decentralized autonomous organizations, and more. It provides it provides a version of the web where users have a financial stake and more control over the web communities they belong to. They belong to first wave 1. Wave 1 also called the static wave. Wave 1 also called the static wave enabled easy access to informations. Wave 2 build on advancements in web technologies enabled inactivity platforms like Facebook, etc. So some key findings are here about this news. In 2022, India held 11% of the global Web 3rd developer pool, ranked 3rd worldwide. Web 3 sector is projected to create 2.2 million direct jobs in India in next decade. But what are the applications of Web 3? Application of Web 3. Decentralized finance. First, decentralized finance. Open access to financial services without intermediaries. Without intermediaries. Second is assessed tokenization. Convert physical digital assets into digital tokens, offering fractional ownership, liquidity, etc. Third application is digital identity and ownership. Secure maintenance of ownership of digital identity. Fourth is metaverse. Create an immersive, interconnected virtual experience. All these are the applications of Web 3, but some challenges also are here against it. Challenges: high tax rate, lack of ease of doing business, and fragmented regulatory approaches. Some challenges. So, what are the recommendations about Web 3 potential? Some recommendations like first is recognize Web 3 as a separate vertical under Startup India. Second is global emphasis on coordinated monitoring and enforcement. Third is identify primary regulator and define licensing and registration requirements. And last and fourth is establish regulatory sandboxes, etc. So this was our third news. Now we move toward next fourth news. Our next news is ILO released a report, a call for safer and healthier working environments. Its title is A Call for Safer and Healthier Working Environments. A call for safer and healthier working environment. This report is released by ILO. ILO means International Labour Organization. The International Labour Organization ILO is the only tri-party UN agency with government, employer and worker representatives. These three parties in this UN agency are: first is the government, second employer, third is the worker representatives. So these three parties in this tri-party UN agency is called ILO. It encourages decent employment opportunities and work related issues. In 2019, work related deaths rose to 2.93 million, a 12% increase from 2000. In 2000, whatever in 2000 was, that has been increased 2.93 million in 2019. So this data uh, tells us that the 12% days related work related deaths has been increased. Third is majority of work related deaths are caused by work related diseases like circulatory and respiratory diseases. Exposure to long working hours like 55 hours per week, more than 55 hours per week, 55 hours per week. Exposure to long working hours causes most deaths among occupational risk factors. So this was the report. What are the challenges has been told in this report? Challenges highlighted: challenges in worker demographics such as age, gender, and migration impact occupational safety. Over 2 billion people work in the informal economy, lacking adequate legal and social protection. 2 billion people, it means 60% of the global workforce. Report highlights ILO's Safety Plus Health for All program, a key vehicle for delivering ILO's occupational safety and health. Occupational safety and health, it means OSH agenda. So what is the OSH agenda? We'll know about it after some time. New global strategy on OSH. OSH means occupational safety and health, adopted by ILA governing body. New global safety on OSH. Some points are here, like aim to promote and release the fundamental right to a safe and healthy working environment worldwide. It identifies 3 pillars. First, improving national OSH framework. Second, integrate OSH into national policies and adopt all of government approaches to OSH. Third is enhancing workplace OSH management system. Safety Plus Health for All. Launched in 2015, it focuses on prevention to promote a safe and healthy working environment, which is fundamental principle and right at work. Fundamental principle and right at work. Safety Plus Health for All. It launched in 2015. It focuses on prevention to promote a safe and healthy working environment, which is a fundamental principle and right at work. Vision Zero Fund. Vision Zero Fund, a G7 initiative and later endorsed by G20 in 2017, is an integral part of Safety Plus Health for All. Vision Zero Fund. Our third news is Center approves Rs 1658. It means 1658 crores Recovery and reconstruction means R&R plan for Josimat. Center approves 1658 crores. Recovery and reconstruction means R&R plan for Josimat. What is the news? Our next news is this, that for Josimat, central government approves 1658 crore rupees for recovery and reconstruction. First point is recovery and reconstruction means R&R plan aims to recover Josimat, Uttarakhand affected by a landslide and ground subsidence. It involves Rs 1079.96 crores in central assistance from the National Disaster Response Fund recovery and reconstruction window, with the state governmental providing the remaining funds. 1079, approximately 1079 crores will give government, central government, and rest of the fund will give the state government. The recovery plan would be implemented in 3 years. Recovery plan would be implemented in 3 years following the best practices. Build back better BBB principles and sustainability initiatives. Sustainability initiatives. The recovery plan would be implemented in 3 years following the best practices, build back better principles and sustainability initiatives. Third is the about BBB means build back better principle. What is build back better principle? It is a post disaster recovery approach aimed at reducing future vulnerability. It emphasizes using reconstruction to improve community resilience. A central aspect of Build Back Better is a people centered recovery that enhances well being and inclusivity and reduces inequality. It is one of the fourth priority action under the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction is in this range 2015 to 2030 years. The other three points related principles are here, like one is understanding disaster risk, second strengthening disaster risk governance, third investing in disaster reduction for resilience. So where is the Josimat landslide disaster? We know about Josimat landslide disaster. Josimat is hilly town located in Chamoli district, Uttarakhand. It falls in the high risk seismic zone 5 ancient landslide residue. 9 technical reports of central government instructions on Josimat attributed incident to Location on a slope over morainic deposits or loose sediments. Second, population pressure, construction of multi-story buildings. Third is absence of a system for proper disposal of water coming from the upper reaches. So this was our next news. Now we move toward next news. Supreme Court refrains from the stunning amendments to the Forest Conservation Amendment Act 2023 FCA. The petition said the FCA means Forest Conservation Act 2023 represents a complete derelict, dereliction of duty imposed on the state to protect and improve the environment. Key highlights of the amendment. Two types of land will be under the purview of the Act. First is land declared as forest under Indian Forest Act 1927 or under any other law. Second, land was notified as forest in the government record after 1980s. Third, the act will not be applicable for land converted to non-forest use before December 12, 1996. Exempts linear infrastructure projects like roads and highways from seeking forest clearance permissions if they are located with 100 km of the national border. Allows non-forest activities on forest lands like running zoos and ecotourism facilities, etc. But some concerns raised like amendment stands in contrast to Godavarman Thirumulpa's judgment in 1996, where Supreme Court ruled that Forest Conservation Act would apply to all land parcels that were either recorded as forest or resembled the dictionary meaning of the forest. Area that stand to be affected include about 40% of the Aravalli range. Exempting land near border areas may adversely impact forest cover and worldwide in northeastern states. FCA 2023 will take effect from December 1st. So all these are the big newses, but some short newses are here. So also in news, first is Nagarjun Sagar Dam. Why the Nagarjun Sagar Dam is in news? Come we know. Nagarjun Sagar is the largest and highest masonry dam in the world. It took its name from the great Buddhist scholar Nagarjun. Nagarjun Sagar Dam is located on the Krishna River, straddling the borders of Nalgonda and Guntur districts. Objectives of this dam: multi-purpose irrigation and hydroelectric project termed as one of the modern temples of India. Third is the Ithipothala waterfalls as well as the Sri Salem Wildlife Reserve are found within the vicinity of the dam. As per the provisions of the Andhra Pradesh Recognition Act 2014, the Nagarjun Sagar Dam is controlled and supervised by Telangana, and Andhra Pradesh was given the control over Sri Salem project. So this was the short news about Nagarjun Sagar Dam. Now we know the next news, Booker Prize. What is this news? Booker Prize. Why the Booker Prize in this today's news? Irish novelist Paul Lynch. Irish 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 novelist Paul Lynch won the Booker Prize in 2023 for his fifth novel, Prophet Song. Prophet Song. This novel is written by Irish novelist Paul Lynch. So, Prophet Song, this is a novel written by Paul Lynch. And Paul Lynch won the Booker Prize for this Prophet Song, for this novel, Booker Prize 2023. So what is the Booker Prize? Booker Prize founded in 1969. The Booker Prize is open to English language novels from any country that have been published is Britain and Ireland. It aimed to stimulate the reading and discussion of contemporary fiction. Some Indian origins authors who won the prize include V.S. Naipaul 1971, Salman Rushdie 1981, Arundhati Roy 1997, among others. Note: Booker Prize is given for fiction books written in English only, whereas the International Booker Prize is awarded for books translated into English. So there are two types of prizes are here: Booker Prize and International Booker Prize. Where International Booker Prize is only for English books, but where Booker Prize is for English books only, but International Booker Prize is for translated into English. So this was our next news. Now we move toward next news. Next is exit polls. Recently, Election Commission of India (ECI) rescheduled the timeline for publication of exit polls for the general elections to the legislative assemblies. An exit poll is the poll of voters taken immediately after they have exited polling stations. Guidelines for conduct and publication of exit poll results are issued by the ECI under Article 324. Article 324 gives power to Election Commission of India to giving guidelines. Section 126A of the Representation of People Act RPI, Representative of People Act RPA 1951. So these are two datas, Article 324 and Section 126 of RPA 1951. RPA means Representative of People Act 1951. So section of 126A of Representation of the People Act 1951. Section 126A says, Section 126A of RPA Act 1951 prohibits conducting, publishing, or disseminating exit polls results during a period notified by the Election Commission. Our next news is a newborn star's circumstellar disk. So what a new star is and why this news in this today's section. Astronomers detect a circumstellar disk around a star in the Large Magellanic Cloud. Magellanic Cloud means satellite galaxy of the Milky Way. Detection made using Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array Telescope ALMA. Detection made using Atacama Large Millimeter Array Telescope, or we can say Atacama Large Submillimeter Array Telescope ALMA. So with the use of ALMA, this detection is recorded. Newborn star with a circumstellar disk has been observed by astronomers only the Milky Way galaxy until now. Stars form from dust and gas. Stars form from dust and gas. After a star is formed, the remaining dust and gas are trapped into orbit, forming a rotating disk or torus around the young star known as a circumstellar disk. So what are the benefits of this new discovery? So this discovery benefits expands understanding of high mass star information. About ALMA means we knew its full form. The ALMA, where is ALMA? Yes, Atacama Large Millimeter Submillimeter Array Telescope. Atacama Large Millimeter Array Telescope. So ALMA is a radio telescope that studies celestial objects at millimeter and submillimeter wavelengths. Location Atacama Desert, Chile. So this was the news. Let's move toward next news. Next news is snake bite deaths in India. Avoidable Deaths Network ADN. Avoidable Deaths Network experts, ADN experts have set up a hub in an Odisha village to look into life-saving solutions for snake bites. Avoidable Deaths Network ADN experts have set up a hub in an Odisha village to look into life-saving solutions for snake bites. ADN is global membership network dedicated to avoiding human deaths from natural hazards. In India, over 50,000 people die from snake bites annually. WHO formally listed snake bite envenoming envenoming as highest priority neglected tropical disease in June 27. So in June 2017, in June 2017, WHO listed snake bites envenoming as a highest priority neglected tropical disease. In 2015, India ratified WHO's snake bite envenoming strategy for prevention and control. Our next news is Sindhudurg Fort. Indian Navy will conduct operational demonstration covering naval operation by the ships and aircraft at Sindhudurg Fort. Sindhudurg Fort, a historical fort that occupies an islet in Arabian Sea off the coast and of Malavan town, Maharashtra. Built by Maratha ruler Chhatrapati Shivaji. Its construction began in 1664 and was completed after 3 years. Its main entrance is concealed in such a way that no one can locate it from outside. Fort houses a handprint and footprint of Shivaji Maharaj. So this was the Sindhudurg Fort. Next is sub-Neptunes. What are the sub-Neptunes? Six sub-Neptunes planets were discovered and found in a rare condition called orbital resonance. Orbital resonance is when orbiting objects have orbits in a simple numerical ratio, creating a regular repeating pattern like 1:2, 2:3 like. About sub-Neptunes, planets with radiation between the Earth and Neptune are referred to as sub-Neptunes. They are found in close in orbit. Around more than half of all sun-like stars. They are in multiple combinations of rock, water, and atmospheric composition that can reproduce the mass and density of the planets. So this was the sub-Neptunes. Now Mahasagar. What is Mahasagar? This is our today's next news. Maritime heads for active security and growth for all. Its full form: growth for all in the region. Maritime heads for active security and growth for all in region. Mahasagar is the Indian Navy's outreach initiative for a high level virtual interaction between maritime heads for active security and growth for all in the region. It was attended by representatives of Indian Ocean region littorals, littorals, Bangladesh, Comoros, Kenya, Madagascar, Maldives, Mauritius, Mozambique, Seychelles, Sri Lanka, and Tanzania. It was the maiden edition with the theme. What is the theme? Collective maritime approach towards countering common challenges. It is in it is in consonance with the government's vision of Sagar means security and growth for all in the region. So this is news. Our next news is personality in news is Henry Kissinger. Henry Kissinger. Why the Henry Kissinger is in news? Because of the death. Henry Kissinger, the dominant US diplomat of the Cold War era, dies at age of 100 years. Dies at age 100. America's exit from the Vietnam War, winning a Nobel Peace Prize. He was involved in detent negotiations with Soviet leaders, played a role in laying the groundwork for the US to establish full diplomatic relations with China. In India, Henry Kissinger is remembered for his role in supporting Pakistan during the Bangladesh War 1971. Some books like World Order on China, these two books are written by Henry Kissinger. World Order and On China. World Order in 2014 and On China, this book in 2011 was written. So personality values like statesmanship and realpolitik. Henry Kissinger was born in 1923 and dies in 2023. So this was the 1st December's news. We'll meet as soon as possible with the news of 2nd December 2023. Till then, Jai Hind, bye bye.